Hi, welcome to Ned's Garden. Today I'm giving an update on the living wall that I planted 7 months ago in July. As you can see, there's a big change, which is that I've put this big bookshelf in front of the living wall. The pot is still positioned here on the bottom, and the vines are still trellised in the same way up behind the books. I have 6 vines here that make up my living wallpaper, and I've added little clear hooks as they grow higher so they can support the vines. One thing to be careful of is that your vines don't get too long while they're unsupported by hooks. If you let a vine like this stay in this position too long, slowly the stem will strengthen and it'll begin to grow hard in this position. Then, when it comes time to pin it up, it'll be very difficult to straighten it out and pin it against the wall without breaking it. As you can see, I've waited a long time to pin up some of these stems, and as a result, I have these kind of irreparable bends in the shape of the stem. I have had some viewers show concern about possibly doing damage to their own wall by replicating this. I haven't had that experience so far. Even though roots do come out of the pothos, just behind every node, the clips actually hold the plants slightly off the wall, so these roots haven't attached firmly yet or caused any damage. This is a very slow process, and I can imagine that over time, the roots will begin to bind to the wall. However, if you just pick up the plants and give them a little bit of a shake, or a move like that, it'll make sure that those roots don't bond to the walls too quickly. Again, it's been 7 months and I haven't had any of these connect to the wall, so I'm not too worried at this point. However, because these lower vines are getting a lot less light, some of the leaves have fallen off. Now that I've removed the books, you can get a sense of what happens to the plant when it's exposed to lower levels of light. On this bottom level, most of the leaves have completely fallen off or dried. On this middle upper level, there are still leaves, probably because there aren't very many books up here, and so the plant is still exposed to light. However, if I remove these, you can see that the vine all the way in the corner, furthest away from the light source, is still not getting enough light, and so these leaves are starting to break off. Judging by the base of the plant, this pothos is doing quite well. The only issue I have is that sometimes these leaders aren't quite long enough to pin up against the wall, and so they either get stepped on or they kind of languish, like this one here. Most likely what I'll do is just cut these off and put them in a glass of water to make a nice rooted cutting. Otherwise, upkeep is fairly simple. Every so often I just pick up the plant to see how heavy it is, and that gives me a sense of how thirsty it is. Generally, I've been watering it about once a week. Thanks for tuning into Ned's Garden. I hope you have success with your living wall, and tell us how it goes in the comments section. Thanks.